Most people think a vault is simply a giant safe designed to protect money. But at the highest levels of wealth, vaults protect something far more valuable than cash. They protect power, privacy, and history itself, because some collections become impossible to replace. And that created a hidden world most people never see, the world of private vaults. At level 1, private vaults begin with luxury home safes. This is where protection starts. Important documents, jewelry, watches, and emergency cash are stored securely. The vault remains small, because even modest wealth creates assets worth protecting. Security becomes practical, and psychologically a safe provides something beyond protection: peace of mind. But eventually valuables outgrow ordinary storage completely. More security becomes necessary. At level 2, dedicated vault rooms appear inside luxury homes. The scale increases. Reinforced walls, steel doors, and controlled access systems emerge. The room becomes a fortress, because luxury collections often reach values far beyond expectations. Risk grows alongside wealth, and owners begin thinking differently about protection emotionally. Security becomes a priority. The vault is no longer furniture hidden in a corner. At level 3, specialized collections enter the picture. This is where vaults become customized. Rare watches, precious metals, fine art, and collectible assets fill protected spaces. Everything has its place. Because serious collectors don't simply own valuables, they curate them. And psychologically, the vault becomes more than storage. It becomes preservation. The owner is protecting years of effort and passion, not just money. At level 4, biometric security transforms private vaults completely. Technology enters the equation. Fingerprint scanners, retinal systems, encrypted access controls, and surveillance networks appear. Everything becomes smarter, because traditional locks can be copied or compromised eventually. Identity becomes the key, and owners gain confidence knowing access remains tightly controlled. Security feels personal. The vault evolves into a high-tech environment. Protection becomes intelligent. At level 5 underground, vault facilities begin appearing beneath luxury properties. Secrecy becomes critical. Hidden entrances, reinforced structures, and discrete access routes emerge. Visibility disappears, because the best protected assets are often the ones nobody knows exist. Invisibility becomes security. And psychologically, owners begin valuing secrecy as much as strength. Hidden protection feels safer. The vault becomes a secret world beneath the surface, a hidden layer of wealth. At level 6, private vault complexes evolve into secure ecosystems. The scale becomes extraordinary. Multiple rooms, climate control systems, private archives, and protected storage networks appear. Everything becomes organized. Because some collections contain items worth tens or even hundreds of millions, protection requires infrastructure, and the vault transforms into something resembling a private museum, a kingdom of assets. At this level, wealth is not simply stored, it is managed. At level 7, private vaults stop functioning like vaults entirely. They become financial fortresses. This is the world of billionaire vault complexes, underground facilities, and ultra-secure repositories. Everything becomes custom-built. Rare artifacts, investment-grade assets, historic collections, and irreplaceable valuables are protected here. Nothing is ordinary. At this level, the vault no longer protects possessions alone, it protects legacy. The owner isn't thinking about years anymore emotionally, they're thinking about generations. And maybe that represents the final evolution of private vaults, the protection of history itself, because eventually wealth stops being about spending money publicly. It becomes about preserving value, value that may outlive the people who created it, value that becomes part of a legacy. Most people think vaults exist because owners fear theft, but theft is only one part of the story. The real purpose is control. Control over access, preservation, privacy, and continuity. And throughout history, the most valuable assets were rarely left exposed. They were hidden. Because true wealth often survives because it remains protected from time, risk, and uncertainty. And private vaults became the ultimate symbol of that philosophy. A hidden world built around preservation, not because the wealthy love locking things away, but because some things become too valuable to lose.